Live video starting. Yes, finally, we are live. It has worked. So you should be able to see my screen. Good. So, Facebook, it's been a while. So I wanted to do this video primarily to cover something specific with the indices, because the indices have hit some levels that I was talking about quite a while ago on a previous market review. But I wanted to do this now because I think this is really important. We've just come off the back of a kickstart. We've been super busy here at TSC. We've got new trader members. We've had a rush of both swing trades and day trades. So interestingly enough, I'm going to be focusing not on as many markets today, but primarily the US indices, but off the back of some trades that we've had on the FTSE. So the FTSE, if I just pull in my daily chart, the FTSE is in a different position to the US indices. You'll see that very recently we got back up to the highs here on the FTSE. I'm up on the monthly chart. We'd had a move down to the monthly 21 moving average. We've come back up. Now, we didn't go short because we reached this area. However, we were looking for a retracement off the back of these highs. So we were looking for price to come down. And you'll notice if I go to the daily chart here, you'll see that price came down off that level, and we've just got out of our trade here for a nice 2-to-1 winner here. Now, the challenge with this one is I've been seeing what's going on with the US indices, and my discretion was erring along the side of potentially running this FTSE trade further because what I was seeing on the US indices, but I decided not to. So I banked out here on our 2-to-1 trade. We also had a lovely intraday setup here, which came in just over 11.5 hours. So we've had a really nice run on both of those trades. But don't get me wrong, it was tempting here to run these for a little bit further, but I didn't. I got out at that point. So why was it tempting to run it further? Well, because we've actually got other setups occurring on the US indices. So I'm just going to come out of here and go to the S&P and the Dow. So if we take this out to the monthly, what you'll see is the Dow has been moving the S&P has been moving sideways here, and you can see that we finally come in and tested that monthly 21 moving average, and at the moment on this monthly candle we are slightly below it. So we got a reaction, and then we've come back down. So if we go down the time frames and we hover around on this weekly chart, you can see that the S&P, although in a different position to the FTSE, has come down and tested these lows at the end of April. You can see the weekly candle there push back up and then come down. So if we go down again and go down to the daily chart, you can see this price action here. So we've come down, gone a little bit lower, come back up, put in that lower high and rolled over. So this on the S&P and the Nasdaq. Now, a lot of my breakout swing traders, will be short off the back of the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq has done this on multiple occasions. You can see we've come in once, retested the low, started to consolidate, retested again, gone up a little bit lower, and then had a solid break, as you can see here, going into today. So a lot of the guys will be short. This isn't where I'm short, because this isn't the type of setup. I'm not trading these breakout setups. So for me, I'm trading more pullback setups and running it down. But it's the price action that I was seeing here on the Nasdaq, and also seeing here on the S&P. You can see the S&P has just taken out those lows as well. That was meaning that I was tempted to stay in those FTSE positions, but I've stuck to my rules, stuck to my predetermined target, and have come out at the retest of the FTSE lows. So you can see the Dow. Now, the Dow is just behind. I'm going to go up to the weekly chart again, just so you can see this. So if I put it into perspective and go back to the Nasdaq, you see the Nasdaq's taken its lows out after a retest and then a roll over there. The S&P has just taken those lows out again. So again, you can see last week they did push back up and rolled over. The Dow is the one that is lagging that little bit and is sitting down at the 2022 lows. I'll just pop a line in there so you can see it. So at the moment, the Dow is reacting slightly. And again, this is important. There's an important lesson here. So yes, we're reviewing what's going on with the market, but there is an important lesson, is just because I think something is going to happen on the US indices, I don't have any data to correlate that to what's happened with the FTSE. It might be that now the Dow's reached these lows, we get a little bit of a bounce here. So for me, that was the reasoning. So rather than try and justify my greed by running those FTSE trades for longer and finding a random technical excuse to do so, what I decided to do was stick to my rules. And yes, if the markets roll over, so be it. There will be other opportunities going forward with this as well. So yeah, so that's the main thing. So what do I think will happen to these indices? Well, the key one is the Dow. The Dow is lagging the other two. So if we look at this at the moment, if the Dow was to take these lows out, what I'll be looking for is a weekly close below the 2022 lows here on the Dow, which is likely to do the same with the Nasdaq, which would give us a bit more of a close. Now Nasdaq has got the 21 lows that ever so bit lower, so it could be that it wants to bounce off there. There's plenty of momentum to the downside here. So again, yes, some of our guys are short. They've got that interim target down there at the 21 lows. Our breakout traders. So for me, it's all about what the Dow does, because you can see the Dow would need a close below, and it's also about the S&P. So the Nasdaq's done that. The Nasdaq's leading, but what I'm looking for is what the price action ends up being on the S&P this week. And if we actually get a solid close below this area here. For the S&P, the 2021 lows are much lower, and also if you look at the Dow, it's the same thing. The 2021 lows are that little bit lower. So again, still at this critical point, we are showing more signs of further downside. Price is not pushing back up, but as yet it's not completely clear. But yeah, interesting to see what happens over the next coming few weeks. The one other market I did want to talk about was Euro. You'll look here that Euro has had a big move down. So the big question here on Euro, if I go all the way up to the monthly chart, is you'll see here we've got the lows from 2017 down here, and again it's creating a little bit of a zone. Now we're close to those prior lows there, so we are hovering around. If I go up to the weekly here, we are hovering around this zone of support that we've seen before. So we did, as you can see, a couple of weeks ago take out the 2020 lows, but we are hovering around this zone. So what I'll be looking for is to see whether or not price gives us a decent reaction to these lows on the lower time frames. So you can see here we are hovering sideways, but I would be looking for a slightly stronger reaction, even going down into a 4-hour intraday chart and looking for price to just prove itself. At the moment, we sneaked one higher high here, but that's not enough. I need to see price come up, take out this area here, come up, pull back, and then go again, and then I would be seeing a stronger reaction. I can look for that on the 4-hour or the hourly, but at the moment price hasn't made its mind up on Euro, but we are down at these lows. So I wanted to highlight that because it has been a while since I've done a video. So we are hovering around the prior lows. You can see that is quite a big zone. So for a lot of traders, they're looking more so at those key lows that are that little bit lower from 2016. So again, it isn't making its mind up yet. I'm not going to automatically trade because we're down at these lows from back here, because you can see we have broken through, but this is a zone. So if price wants to prove itself a little bit here on the intraday time frames, then there could be some further upside, or it might be it wants to roll over. If it does, then it will be a retest of these 16 lows that I will be looking at next. All right, that's all I've got for you. I am going to try and get a video out on a Monday, because Monday morning, after I've been working with the guys in the room, Monday morning's always a busy time for us because I have swing sessions, Telegram updates, and lots going on with our Total Trader members. So it's a busy morning, but if I can slot a Monday morning review in a bit more regularly, I will do. We have got some free workshops coming up, so make sure you are registered as a free member. Head to tradersupportclub.com, click on any of the Start Right Now videos, register as a free member, and then you'll get information about some free online workshops that I've got coming up. Plus there's loads of free material there for you to get stuck into. All right, I shall be back again soon. All the best. Trade safe.